If you ever go to Greece, do not rent an ATV. And if you do not drive that thing to the bars, right? Because my buddy Evan and I did exactly that, and we almost didn't make it back to the hotel, right? See, this past summer, I was in Europe with my buddy Evan, and one of the stops on our trip was an island in Greece called Ios. And if you haven't heard of Ios, it is essentially a party island. Bars stacked on top of each other, music everywhere, baddies running around. Nothing closes until 6 a.m. I mean, there is essentially nothing to do here besides get hammered until the sun comes up, go to sleep, go to the beach all day, and then do it all again. Right? So before we get there, I'm thinking perfect, right? We'll walk down into town, have the nights of our lives, and then walk back to the hotel. But it was not that simple. And I found that out the second we got off the ferry in Ios, right? Because before I can even take in the beautiful landscape of the Greek island that we're on, Evan looks me dead in the eyes and he says the words that ruined our fucking trip. He goes, "Yo, Max, I have a surprise for you." And I'm already not liking this because Evan's surprises are never normal, right? But at first, this one was actually pretty cool because Evan walks me over to an ATV rental place. And having an ATV in Greece generally is pretty nice, right? But this time, it was not, right? But we're checking out the ATV and I go, "Evan, how much is this costing you?" And he says the words that you never want to hear when you ask that question. He goes, "Bro, don't worry about it." Which is exactly what somebody says when you should be worrying about it. And I should have been. But fuck it, we have an ATV for a few days in Greece. What's better than that? So I put it to the back of my mind, I hop on the back of the ATV, and Evan starts to drive us up to our hotel. And by up, I mean up. Because we are driving up the most curvy, steep, cliff-filled road I've ever driven on. Deadass, I'm like holding on to the fucking bars, trying not to fly out the ATV, right? But when we get up to the top of this hill where a hotel is, all my worries dissipate, right? Because this place is fucking beautiful. And Evan had booked it, so I hadn't even seen it yet. So I'm fucking blown away, right? We walk inside, we check in, we go up to our room, we chill for a little bit, and then we start to pregame for the night, right? We're taking a couple shots, we're drinking some wine, we're hanging out, listening to music, smoking cigarettes out the balcony, right? And then I'm like, "All right, Evan, let's go. Let's walk down to town." And Evan looks at me like a man with a fucking death wish, and he goes, "Nah, bro, we're taking the ATV. We got that for a reason." Evan, we're about to be out until sunrise. We know what we're getting ourselves into. What are you talking about? He looks at me and lies straight to my face. He goes, "Bro, I'm not gonna drink like that tonight. It's all good." I should have fucking known this dude was lying, but fuck it. I'm down to take the ATV. Sounds lit, right? So we hop in the ATV, we drive down the cliff-filled road. I'm a little drunk now, so I'm less worried. We get down to the bottom of the hill, and we make it over to the strip of bars, this beautiful street full of bars and people and music. And the first bar we go into was honestly a mistake to walk into because we see a big sign on the front of it that says €1 shots. This is a dangerous game for a man that's not supposed to be drinking a lot, right? We go up, we sit at the bar, the bartender comes up to us, and Evan orders something that blows my fucking mind. He looks the bartender dead in the eye. He goes, "Yeah, we'll take 16 tequila shots," which is 16 euros. I mean, that's the best deal in the world. But Evan, you just said you weren't drinking. He looks at me, he goes, "Bro, it's light." In what world is 8 tequila shots light? It's too late now. Worst comes to worst, I will walk back to the hotel. But I did not end up doing that, right? The waiter brings out the shots. Also, here's a fucking photo of the shots. 16 shots for 16 euros. We take 8 shots each to start the night. Mind you, these are probably half water, but still, right? Now we're feeling it. We're running around this little strip of bars. People are offering us drugs. The girls are pushing up on us. We're going into different bars, meeting different people, right? And the time is flying by. And the only thing I noticed during this time is every single time I look at fucking Evan, he has a drink in his hand. I mean, I'm fucking hammered, but so is this guy. And he is supposed to be driving us home, right? But as the night gets later, the morning gets earlier, and the sun begins to rise. At this point, I've lost Evan. I'm popping into different bars. Finally, I find him because I'm ready to go home. But when I walk up onto this guy, I do not believe what I see because he's sitting in the corner of the bar with 2 girls around his arms, right? I'm like, oh, fuck, it's over. He's gonna be doing anything to get with these girls at this point, right? But I walk up to Evan, I go, "Yo, like, the sun is rising, bro. It's like 5:45. We gotta go home. I wanna actually enjoy our day tomorrow." He looks at me, "Oh, yeah. Let's get in the ATV, man. Let's go. Ladies, come on. You're gonna drive me, you, and these 2 women you just met home up the steepest, most cliff-filled hill I've ever seen in my entire life while you're about 20 shots deep?" Evan, are you sure that's a good plan, bro? He's like, oh, check Uber. We check Uber, nothing. We look at the walk, 45 minutes all uphill. I'd rather sleep on the floor than do that, right? So reluctantly, we go to the ATV. Evan sits in the front with one of the girls. I sit in the back with one of the girls, right? And as Evan turns on the ATV, I realize that these will be my final moments on this earth because Evan's phone connects to Bluetooth and Rick Ross's verse of Devil in a New Dress comes on. That verse will make a man kill somebody, and it'll definitely make Evan drive back to the hotel. This song comes on, he hits the fucking gas, pedal to the metal, flying through these tight, windy streets, right? Eventually, we get up to the base of this hill where this windy, curvy road with the cliffs down into the ocean begin. Before he drives up it, Evan looks back at me. He smiles the most mischievous fucking smile I've ever seen. And he goes, let's ride. And he pedaled to the metal up the fucking hill. He's trying to drift this fucking ATV going uphill. It's not possible. The girl's hair is flying in my face from the wind. I hear them screaming. I'm on a voice note to my parents. Mom and Dad, I love you. This might be it for me. But slow down, Evan, slow down. And the voice note. They can't hear us. Devil in a New Dress is blasting too hard. Rick Ross is rapping too intensely, right? He can't hear a thing. Bro's blacked out, flying up the show. The girls are screaming, almost falling out. But somehow, we make it up to the top of the hill. And as we all settle down, thinking that the worst is behind us, Evan clips a fucking fence and essentially totals the ATV. Rips off like the front hood of the thing on this like cement fence outside of somebody's house. All of a sudden the car is stalled, there's smoke coming from the front. He looks back at me. The girls get out. They look at both of us. These two girls that Evan was trying to bag. I don't know if he wanted to be cool by drifting uphill in an ATV while he was blackout drunk at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, but it didn't work. Because they look at both of us, they go, you guys are fucking insane. And they walk back down the hill. Now Evan and I have lost our ladies. We're completely alone on the top of this hill in Greece, blackout drunk. My heart is beating out of my chest, and our ATV is steaming right next to us. I can't deal with this shit right now. It's not even my fault, so I start walking to the hotel. And Evan follows me, leaving the steaming ATV sitting in the middle of the road. That thing could have fucking exploded, but wasn't on his mind. Eventually, we get back to the hotel, we go up to room, and we fall asleep instantly, right? We wake up in the morning and the first thing I think about is, oh my God, the fucking ATV is totaled. Evan didn't even tell me how much it fucking cost. So I wake Evan up, I'm like, yo, we gotta go find the ATV. Also, how the fuck are we gonna pay for this? And he looks at me, eyes crusted over. He's like, bro, it's all good, bro. I got it included with the hotel. I booked it all on Hopper. What are you talking about? He's like, bro, the hotel, I booked it and it came with the ATV. We have the insurance, it's fine. Go back to bed. And I go out onto the balcony and I look over and I can see the ATV and it's sitting there. It didn't explode. It's just stalled out in the middle of the road. All right, we'll deal with it later. We have insurance, right? You best believe the rest of that trip, we didn't have no ATV. I got my calves bigger than ever walking up and down this fucking hill 10 times. And the rest of the trip was fantastic. But I'm telling you, if you go to Greece, do not rent an ATV and bring that thing to the bars because you might not make it back home.